I was about to start journaling, but I want to get this word out for you guys before I start. I just want to say you have to be very careful in this season. I know you guys are tired of take heed words, but let me tell you something about God, especially the last video that I posted. The last video I talked about how many people ran away from a storm that you chose to face. The example God gave me is when Moses was chosen by God to face Pharaoh and his family to free the Israelites, right? And remember, Moses grew up with Pharaoh and his family. So Moses was obedient to God and took on that test, and he was obedient and he faced that storm head on. People could not have survived what it is that you survived. And understand that it wasn't a light storm. You guys were bruised. You guys were traumatized. You guys were heartbroken, backstabbed. And the example God is giving me now is when David wanted to build the temple for God, and God said to David, let your son Solomon build it because you have been through too much. You have been bruised, you have been cut, you have been through too much. That's what God said. You fought too much battles, rest. Confirming that nothing took out David. Nothing killed David, but he was still bruised. He still had to fight. He was still traumatized. He still went through a lot. Chosen people go through a lot. Moses also went through a lot. Noah went through a lot. Joseph went through a lot. The reason why I'm telling you this is because God did not allow you guys to go through all this just for you guys to continue repeating the same patterns over and over again. And that is why every day, if God wants to warn us about something, he's going to do it. Even if you're tired of it. Because you know why? He plans to prosper you, not to harm you. And understand that if you were to be in a room filled with 50 people, let's just say you went to a mall and there's 50 people on that floor in the mall. Out of the 50 people, there's probably 2 genuine people out of the 50 people that are there. You and someone else. So what does that mean? That means that you are a sheep among what? Wolves. There's more deceptive people than genuine people. And every day that you walk this earth, you're going to be in a place or a position where you're going to be surrounded by deceptive people, even if you don't want to be, unless you hide out completely in your home and don't go anywhere. But God doesn't want you to do that because you still have a life to live. You still deserve to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But God will warn you because every day Satan's going to try to look for someone new to send your way, to try to throw you off course, deceive you, hurt you, and to put you back in the same cycle that God has already broken you free from. Now, the point of me even bringing up the storm and Moses and David, you have been through so much in your life. God is restoring you with everything that you lost and more. But you also have to be careful of the people that are well aware that your restoration is around the corner. Because just like the people that knew that the prior blessings were there and came in and took from you and used you and manipulated you and deceived you and mocked you, and then when you no longer had what it is that you had, they departed from you. They spoke ill against you. They tried to break you down when you were already feeling down. And instead of running away from everything and conforming to the world, you chose to be obedient to God. You chose to do the work. You chose to fast. You chose to free yourself of these people. You chose to walk away from relationships that you were holding on to, even though you know they weren't holding on to you. You chose to walk away from them, knowing you love them. You chose to put in the work. You chose to do your assignments, even when it was tough. You chose to fast, even when it was tough. You didn't just lay there and give up on your life. Every day you woke up, you picked up your cross, just like David picked up his cross, just like David picked up his sword and went into these battles. David knew God was protecting him. But he didn't sit there and be like, God's protecting me. I'm going to just let Goliath do what he wants. I'm not going to die. No, David still had to fight back, even though he knew God was protecting him. Because faith that works is dead. So even though you know God is protecting you, you know you still had to get up and fight. You still had to show up to work. You still had to get up and go to the gym. You still had to get up and get into the word. You still had to get up and pray. You still have to get up and take care of your kids. You know that you still have to do things, and you chose to get up and fight through it. You chose to get up all hours of the night and rebuke and denounce, cancel their witchcraft. You chose to stay silent when people spoke ill against you publicly, in the church, through family group chats, etc. You chose to stay silent and remain humble. A lot of what you went through was physical abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, and most importantly, you went through spiritual abuse. And they abused you because they did not like the fact that God favors you. So you're telling me that you're going to go through all this and then get offended if God tells you to take heed again? No. If anything, you should be so happy that God is warning you about who else is to come. So now that God is restoring you, understand that there's people, there's wolves that can see the restoration that is about to take place in your life. And the Lord specifically showed me, He showed me that many of you, your hands are going to touch a huge amount of money that you've never touched before. Going back to even what I said about yesterday's word, I don't know where it's coming from. Some of you guys, everyone's case is different. Some of you guys, it's through settlements. Some of you guys, it's through a business taking off. Some of you guys, it's going to be in other areas. Grants that are going to help build your business, and you're going to be able to pay back those grants or pay back those loans and make more just from that investment. Your hands are going to touch a huge amount of money. And this is the restoration. This is what God is restoring after what the locust has eaten. You see, people ate from you when you didn't have much already. So people are now hovering around like wolves. Okay? They can sense that you're about to level up. They can sense the blessing. They can sense it. They can see it. They can feel it. There's some people you go around, they dress normal, but you can tell by the way they talk, their mannerism, their ambition. You can just tell they're going to be wealthy. The way how you present yourself and carry yourself, people know this about you. They know you're about to receive your restoration because here's the thing, a lot of people know what you've been through. They know you went through so much, but they also know you didn't go through it in vain. And they know because of everything that you've endured, your reward is going to be big. They know this. You know why? Because they know you're genuine. They know you're genuine. And they know that if you're genuine, they know God is going to bless you. But the Lord specifically showed me people trying to hover around His anointed. And He specifically said, audibly, they're fake. They're fake. They're not genuine. They're only hovering around because they want a part of that restoration. They want to be there before that restoration comes in. So when that restoration comes in, it looks as if they never knew it was coming in the first place. So you can't accuse them of only being around you for that restoration because they were there before it came in. They're already trying to play their role. It's like somebody knowing that someone's close to winning the lottery and they call them a month or 2 months ahead of time and they try to be around them all the time. Let me support you. Let me be here for you. Let me help you. Let me this, let me that, let me this. But their heart, their intentions and motive is, oh, I had a dream they won the lottery. They're going to be rich. Let me secure my position ahead of time. Going back to that dream I had about the ship, the cruise, and how people were coming on board on the cruise trying to come with you to your destination. But they were mocking you. They were doing deceitful things while trying to come with you to your destination. And the Lord gave me the analogy of there being 50 people around you and only 2 out of the 50 that are genuine and that are happy for you. And the other percentage of people are trying to figure out how they can take from you, how they can use you, or how they can sabotage. So you have to be very mindful in this season because people can smell your restoration. They can feel it. They can see it. Some of them, they may not even be able to dream it, but they can smell it. They can feel it. You ever been around someone and you just feel like, wow, like this person is going to be so successful. I could just feel it. And you feel so happy for them. That's what's going on, but not everyone's happy for you. The Lord specifically said, I'm telling you guys, he said, they're fake. They're pretending. Let me make sure exactly what he said. He said, they're fake. It's fake love, and they're hiding a deceptive heart. Those were his words. It's fake love, and they're hiding a deceptive heart. They're trying to hide their deceptive heart. It's fake love. It's not real love. Be very careful because yes, you're going to get the recognition that you deserve. Yes, it feels good to finally be appreciated after not being appreciated for so long in your life. Yes, it feels good to finally be seen, to finally be heard, because you're going to notice everyone in the workplace is all of a sudden being nice to you. All of a sudden family members are being nice to you. All of a sudden past friends or friends are being nice to you after they've been distant for some time and not contacting you. All of a sudden everyone's being nice to you. All of a sudden, those who never talked to you are reaching out to you. Even random people may be reaching out to you, trying to befriend you. If you ever see a bunch of people trying to get in contact with you or trying to reach out to you to befriend you, and everybody's being nice, and it's happening randomly, like it wasn't happening last month, it wasn't happening 3 weeks ago or 6 months ago, but all of a sudden everybody's trying to communicate with you for some reason, everyone's trying to be around you for some reason, you have to understand that it's because there's something going on that you may not even be aware of. You may know there's a blessing coming, but you may not even be aware of how close you truly are to your destination. You may think, oh, I have 6 more months to go, not realizing God is about to drop that blessing on your lap in a month or so. That's how serious it is. Anytime you see a bunch of people trying to get in contact with you or come back from the past, and it's all happening around the same time, there's something that's going to happen in your life that's going to take place. That's how people know when they're close to a breakthrough, because everybody starts coming in. You have to take heed, because the Lord said, it's fake love. They're hiding a deceptive heart. There's people that should be happy for you. They know they should be happy for you, but they can't help the way they feel about you. They can't help the way that it's bothering them that God is blessing you. They may try to hide it, but the deception is there. And sometimes they try to hide it by trying to fight it, by trying to smile in your face, by trying to be overly friendly, overly nice, overly interested in you. But they can't hide the deception. It's literally eating them up. So be very wise in this season, because the Lord said that there's people that can see the restoration that's about to take place in your life. They know you're going to be restored with more. Way more than what you lost. And those that abandoned you when you were going through it, that's why they're showing up in your dreams now. That's why you're seeing their faces in your vision, because they're watching you on social media or going to places to get readings on you, whatever it is. You're wondering why you're seeing them? Why are they being so nice to you in your dreams after they've abandoned you when you need them the most? You'll see. You'll see. Because some people also see you as someone that could have got them on the right track, or a stepping stone in their life, someone that could have either funded their investment, or someone that you could be a stepping stone for them, someone that can help them, like a ladder, you know? But when you were going through a lot and you were in your wilderness period and you were being tested and you had to face the storm and you chose not to run from the storm, all these people ran from you. Don't forget that. Be very wise in this season. God will send destiny helpers. He will send genuine people. This is the time where you have to be more wise pertaining to every encounter. Because even just allowing someone your personal space just by a phone call, or communicating even in Instagram, or just talking to them through Facebook chat or whatever, just allowing someone in that personal space in that way can drain and take from your energy. Now it's important that you preserve as much of your energy as possible while you are still working on your assignments, because that is what's going to bring in the prosperity, and any little thing can hinder and trigger it. That's why many of you guys, you notice that God has removed a lot of loads off of you. You're not as communicative with people like you used to be. Like, you're more in your sacred place with God because he's preserving you. You've already been through too much. You don't need any additional warfare at this time. Be mindful as to who you open the door for in this season, because God was showing me the word money, and he was showing me deceptive hearts disguised as love, disguised as support. Okay? I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.